So, the Ant Pro 2 is something else. Anyway, how are we doing today? So, in today's episode, we have a tech review, which I don't normally do. This is on the Ant Pro 2, which is one of the three major companies that I see that do 60% keyboards. The Ant Pro 2 is a very compact keyboard for about $100 when you could usually find it. You could probably find it on sale for like 50 or something, not 50, sorry, 80 or something. You know, it comes with some keycaps that are different colors, a keycap puller, and a USB Type-C cable. Now, while the keycaps are nice and the keycap puller makes things easier to pull out, because that's the whole point, the problem for me was the default cable that this keyboard came with. So, small story, when I got this keyboard, it worked fine, but about a month later, it started randomly cut out, and you know, it would cut out, then immediately come back after like a minute. So yeah, but recently it's been cutting out and just not working for hours on end, and works for 10 minutes max, and then just cuts out again, which, if you don't know, that's pretty unusable. So anyway, I started doing some research on this, right? I found out that the default cable was a problem for a lot of people, so go on Amazon, get a new cable, and it works fine for about a day. Then you want to know what happens? It just doesn't work anymore, and we're at the same problem. So something to keep out if you're thinking about buying this keyboard is that the default cable does suck, and the keyboard does have problems. But you know, moral of the story is that the default cable is crappy. Otherwise, from that, this keyboard is made of a plastic shell that also has Bluetooth, which is something that most 60% keyboards I see don't have, which could be a selling point for some people. Then the keyboard also comes with its own software, which is like OBS kit or something, I forget what it's called, which you could control the lighting, revamp keys, you have different key mapping modes, so you can really do all of it. The only thing is that I don't like how it feels like the software is out of date, and half the time it doesn't work. So yeah, then when you update stuff, it says it updates, but it really doesn't feel like it updates. So the software is something. I mean, it works for the most part, but it could definitely be better. But this keyboard has many features to it, and the main thing that I would look out for if you're buying this is, the problem with me is that the keyboard will cut out, and I have seen several people complain about getting bad boards on the keyboards that don't work, or the default cable, which, if you don't know, that's not good. And I also do know people that have this keyboard that it works fine for them. So this keyboard is really just a gamble on if you're gonna get a good kind or a bad kind. And I got a bad kind, and I haven't had it for a year. I got it in August 2019. It's January of 2020, so not even a year yet. So I would watch out for that. And now I will give the credit to the manufacturer, since they have been responding to me, and they're China-based, I think. So to be quite honest, I wasn't expecting a response from them, but they were actually pretty well on it. And of course, while it's a little hard to understand because they just kind of like Google translate it, I will give them props for being on top of it and going through it. But overall, this keyboard does have a lot of problems for me. So if you're thinking about buying this, I would look out for that and look at many reviews, since it's very interesting, but it's also one of the only 60% keyboards out there, since no company that's like big like Corsair or SteelSeries make 60% keyboards, which I don't understand. So that's basically the main thing here. It's a nice keyboard. It has a nice strong like plastic plate. It's not like cheap plastic. It feels like sturdy plastic. Now that there is a little bit of bend to it, which you're not gonna notice. The keys feel great, which I will give them that. I just don't even know what's about them. They feel great. The MX Brown switches feels great, and yes, you could get reds, blues, and browns. You might be able to get blacks and maybe silent reds. Don't know, but they feel great. I like it. The font on the actual keyboard itself, it's alright. It's not like a Razer or an old Razer where it's very gamer-like, very bold and in your face. It's just there, which I like, since these keyboards that have weird fonts on them, I just don't like it. Know that I never look at the fonts anyway. It's just, it looks nice. Then again, it comes with keycaps, and I only have two. It's the shift button, which are yellow, which if you don't know, I like yellow. It can't be that hard to tell. But yeah, the USB-C cable is also bad, as I said, and that's another thing you should watch out for. Is that if you do get this keyboard, I would just go out of your way and get a whole new cable with it. Personally, I would get a space cable because they look cool as hell, but just get a new cable, since I wouldn't even try it. Since the default cable, if you plug it into the actual keyboard, it's not stable in there. It's very wiggly, and you could pull it out very simple, and it's just very loose and a little tug and it's out, and you just DC'd. But if you get a different one, it'll be nice and snug in there, which I found out. So really make sure that if you get this, get a new cable with it, or you can just go with the default cable. I mean, it might work for you, but it's just my situation just did not. But yeah, this keyboard has a lot of good things to it and a lot of bad things to it. For me, it's a lot of bad things, since the keyboard just kind of busted not even a year through, and I'm just done with the keyboard because it pissed me off. No, I'm not getting an AND Pro 2. Personally, for me and myself, I would not recommend it, but other people might, since we each have different like situations of it. But for me, I would not recommend this, and I'm just not gonna buy from them again, since this keyboard rivals Razer on the quality. And you know, I just went ahead and got a Ducky. But I will also do a video on the 3 big ones, which is the Poker, the AND Pro 2, and the Ducky later. Anyway, that's been it for the video. Hope you enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe for more on YouTube. I will see you next time. Goodbye.